That's just a lovely tune, isn't it? That's Go, Lassie, Go. It's kind of its common name, but it's also known as the Wild Mountain Thyme. I picked that one because it is a Scottish tune, and I am reviewing a Scottish mentalist today. Yes, I'm going back to one of Colin Cloud's effects that he's released on his page back in early April or March of this year, or maybe May. In recent history. So that's what I'm going to review today. I'm going to review Colin Cloud's effect called Foresight. It is a pure mind reading effect. So anyway, I'm pumped about it, excited to talk about it, so stick around and we'll get right into it. Hello everyone, I am so glad that you're here. I hope everyone is taking good care of themselves, that you're healthy during this COVID period, assuming that's when you're watching it. So I know most of you might still be at home or not if you have to work. I hope that you're able to work under good, safe conditions and that sort of stuff. So anyway, I hope everyone's maintaining their health, and I'm really glad that you're here today. All right, I got a couple of rules for myself I've tried to set. I feel like I ramble on and on too much. I'm going to try to really honestly try to keep this tight in this review and make sure that you get what you need. I am reviewing this one because it's something that I love. Mentalism. I feel like it's my strongest effect, or what I like to perform the most. And I've looked at a lot of stuff on the market currently, and it's a lot of sort of gimmicks that you are paying for, and you receive your gimmick, and then you get your gimmick, and then a lot of time I just feel disappointed. So at this point, since downloads come instantly, it's kind of nice as well. And so currently, that's what I'm going to focus on today. I do have some gimmicks that are arriving in the mail, hopefully very soon, and I'll tell you about that at the end, what I'm reviewing next. But that's kind of why I'm doing the download and a review of that, because it's quick, fast, and easy. But this is a unique one in that here's the effect. It is an effect where you are doing mind reading, and it plays so good because what you're doing in a single routine, you're doing 5 different reveals. And the ad copy will say is that you will be able to do 5 different reveals of each spectator of their thought of whatever they think of. So whether it's a PIN code, a phone number, a name of a person, a song, whatever it is, that you'll be able to define that. It's not entirely true, but the effect from a spectator point of view and from a participant point of view will appear as if you have just divined 5 different, unique, freely chosen things by the spectator. They're not really freely chosen, but that will be the effect. So keep in mind in terms of what it looks like compared to what you're really doing are 2 different things. And at the end of the day, the most important thing is, what does the audience and spectator think? And they will walk away going like, that person just read and was able to divine 5 different uniquely thought of things from the spectator. So it will look like real mind reading, and I'm going to say, I guarantee you, if you do this well, it absolutely will look that way. So it's pretty strong, and if you're something you're interested in, then I would say pay attention, if you're interested in paying attention. All right, so what do you get? You're just going to get a download. Not going to get any gimmicks, just a download. The download is 1 hour and I think 7 seconds. So basically it's an hour-long download. And you're going to get instruction from Colin Cloud, or Colin McLeod, whichever name he's using at the time. And I'm not too sure why he uses 2 different names. When you go to his Wikipedia page, it says Colin Cloud. He has a webpage, colincloud.com. But when you go to his site to purchase stuff, it is Colin McLeod. So I think he uses that as a stage name at times. So anyway, if you know why or what the difference is, put it down there in the comments. But basically you're getting him teaching you what to do, and you're going to get cuts to his performance, and then at the end you're going to get a full performance, which is almost worth the entire price of the project, because it is a presentation of this routine from, I think, at least a decade ago. He looks a little bit like Eddie Munster from the popular 60s or 70s TV show, I think. Sorry, Colin, if you're watching. You look great. You're getting his teaching and you get full performances, but I always like, please, if I'm purchasing a product, give me a full performance, and he does. So that's great. Let's get into the detail about the instructions. I could go on and on about the instructions, but at the end of the day, here's all you need to know. You're getting someone who has taken a very simple method, and you're going to get how he has developed it into a full, robust routine with him talking about the psychology of why he says or does certain things at certain times that are really invaluable. Those are the things that you're paying for. The truth is that the method that he uses is a method that it's not new. Many of you, if you're already doing mentalism, you use this method already, but it's really about you're kind of purchasing his routine and the psychological subtleties that he uses in this. So that's what you're getting. You do have to make a gimmick, and I don't want to tip too much here because I'm a little sort of, let's just say this. When you look at the ad copy, in the ad copy, he uses the term that the method uses a Svengali style notepad. So if you're all magicians here, you probably can figure out what a Svengali notepad is. So he'll show you how to make the Svengali notepad, or you can purchase those types of pads because they're readily available for any magician. I did actually like the instruction on making his notepad because I've never made my own notepad, even though in my head intellectually it's like, oh, that should be easy to do. He really shows it like it's easy. It doesn't take much to figure it out. So anyway, that's what you get. So let's talk about what the pros are. The pros is that this is an effect that I guarantee you will look like a real mind reader. And I'm not saying that because that sounds like ad copy, but it's so simple. That's a pro. So simple to perform, and yet is really amazing. If you're a stage magician who wants to do a mind reading effect or looking to add a mind reading effect, I would say this is really great and can play really well. So those are some of the pros. And you could, it's so easy that you could perform this pretty much right away. Now, would I recommend that? Do some practicing, but it doesn't require any sleights. There are no angles on it. Once you learn what the method is, you can go ahead and do it right away. If you don't have the gimmick, you can make the gimmick. If you don't want to make a gimmick, you can order it for cheap. It's not going to cost you a whole lot of money to make or purchase a Svengali style pad. So those are a lot of the really good stuff. I would punctuate that it's his subtleties that he teaches that are really helpful. Let's talk about the cons. So I started to mention it earlier, is that I would say the con here is that some of the ad copy is misleading, but I'm not faulting Colin for this or that it's bad, because once you learn what the method is, you can't really, you can't say more in the ad copy because it would be tipping too much of how it's done. And I think what the important thing is in the ad copy is you walk away with what the experience is what I said earlier, is that it will look like you're able to divine 5 things that are freely thought of by your audience members, by your participants. So that's what they'll walk away with. Even though now I'm going to tip a little bit here, is that's not really what's happening. It will look that way. So, and there's no stooges or anything. They are 5 randomly chosen people from the audience, and it will appear as if you read their minds. All right, that's it. And there's no instant stooging either there. All right, so no angles, very valuable. Let's see. So let's talk about what I think is one of the cons. And again, it's a perception thing. So the cost is $59.99 in US dollars. So basically it's 60 United States dollars, and all you're getting is a download. Now, for a download, that's really expensive. Is it, it's professional. So here's where you sort of have to weigh it. For me, I occasionally do stage shows a couple times a year. And when I do those, I like to do mentalism. I already do an effect that's very similar to this, or it's a variation on a similar method. To the audience, it would appear the same, to be honest, even though I use cards to do it. And I probably paid for that. The secrets to that, maybe $35, maybe $40. This is $65 $60. And I just think it's just a little bit expensive. However, for me, on a professional level, I will, of course, on the very next gig that's in real life and in person and book, it will pay for itself 10 times over, obviously. And so if you're working as a professional, it pays for itself right away. So it sort of is a no-brainer. But if you're a professional, magician, stage performer, mentalist, you might already have this in your repertoire. And if you don't have something like this in your repertoire, then it makes sense because it will pay for itself. So that's for me the most major con. I think if you're an experienced magician, you probably can figure out how to do this on your own, what the method is. And that's why in the trailers, this is one of those negatives as well. Like in the trailer, you don't really get a sense of what is it exactly that you're getting. I went back and watched the trailer a number of times, and you don't really see fully what the effect is. It's talked about after I purchased it and then watched it and then went back to the trailer. It made a lot more sense to me in terms of why things are described the way they are. I don't know if that's helpful or not, but essentially, I think that the trailer tells you a lot that can be helpful, and I hope that this review helps you as well. So what do I think? I think it's worth it. I probably will add, I'm considering adding this to a future stage performance when I have a future stage gig. So this is not for casual walk around magic, wouldn't make any sense at all. When folks who might be interested in this, like I have to admit, like when I was in high school or in college and performing magic, boy, I wish I had this type of a routine at that point, because it would have just been amazing. So I think even if you're early on, you're in high school and you want to do the talent show, or college and you want to do a coffee house or open mic night and show something pretty powerful, you can do this right away. You don't have to have years and years of experience underneath your belt. If you're a working professional, it fits just as easily into any working profession gig bag. So it'd be perfect in that respect as well. Everything. Oh, let's talk a little bit about the website. I found this product a little hard to find. Part of it is like, I love Colin Cloud. Definitely, I count myself as a fan. I think he's one of the best performing mentalists out there today. And if you go to search for it, I'd heard that he had his webpage. And so I went to colincloud.com and couldn't find it on colincloud.com. That was clearly his webpage that is centered around promotion for him to get booked, which makes sense. So you have to go to, he has a second webpage that's set up that's really about purchasing products, and I'll put it in the description, but it's www.psych-artist.com. So psych-artist.com is where you'll go to be able to purchase products directly from him, and you'll have to get past, he's clearly created it's not for the public to sort of find out his secrets, because he's selling, stuff that he's still doing today is my assumption. And so you have to know something in order to get past the velvet rope. I'll just tip that much so that you know how to get past the velvet rope. So here's my final thoughts. Anyone can perform this right out the gate. It's a professional level type of mentalism. And when I say mentalism in this specifically, it is mind reading, divining 5 specific, uniquely thought of, freely chosen things from the audience without any stooges. So that's it. I want you to know that I've got a couple things that I'd said earlier that are coming in the mail. So I'd say pump the brakes on purchasing, they're going to hate me saying this, the No Choice Wallet by Tony Williams and Mark Mason. Boy, it looks like it is a super hot product right now on a number of web pages, and I see why, because it looks freaking amazing. I can't wait for mine to arrive so I can see, will it measure up to the hype of the ad copy and how it looks in the trailer. So stick around for that. It hopes to arrive, they say, start shipping on August 3rd. So as soon as mine arrives, I'm going to be back right here letting you know. So make sure that you subscribe so you get the alert of when I post my next video. But that is one that I'm going to be reviewing, and I'm also going to be doing hopefully a book review. It just depends on how quickly I can read the book. It's Resigned to Miracles by Peter Groening. So that is supposed to come soon as well. So I hope to be reviewing that. The garbage truck is outside my door right now picking up garbage, so I hope that's not too noisy for you. So anyway, that's all to say that I hope that you will keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. I really want to make sure that for us in the magic community, I assume most people come in here are magicians, right? And that we need to help and support one another along the way. And so we can all do that in different ways. I want to be supportive of you guys by reviewing products to let you know what I think of them. So leave comments in terms of what you would, if there's anything missing in my reviews that you'd like me to touch on, go ahead and put it in the comments. I'm happy to be responsive to what those requests are. I have a pretty thick skin, and I want this to be a really good place for magicians to come to and be supportive of our community. All right, thanks. Make sure you like, subscribe, write a comment. If you have another mentalist friend who you think would like this, make sure that you share the link with them. All right, thanks everybody. I appreciate it. Until next time, keep fiddling around with your magic. Bye-bye.